Hello guys, my name is Nozaki, and I want to thank you guys who came out to the stream the other day. It was quite enjoyable, and at the time that I'm recording this, or at least the time you'll be watching this, I am live streaming once again over on Twitch, and I should have everything all figured out as far as music and that stuff goes, but you'll be in for a surprise if you come check it out. But today, I have my first gameplay on Naval Strike, and get ready for a ton of mortar spamming, a ton of awesome sauce spamming, as I like to call the AWS, and get ready for a ton of cutouts and speed-ups, because these maps, very, very good for Rush. I would definitely say that this DLC is the best thing to happen to Rush since Aftermath in Battlefield 3, for those of you who have played that. And give me a break on this death right here. How am I supposed to see this sniper? Like, yes, I got shot by him, but the blood, okay, you'll notice very much so in this game. You know how you'll get shot and like the blood will come up and it'll show a certain direction on your screen? In this game, at least in recent memory, that has been awful and so far off target it's not even funny. But okay, I spawned on this quad bike and this is ridiculous, alright? Why there are quad bikes in this DLC, I do not understand. Like, sure, you can drive around in it in shallow water, but that's horrible for your motor. I'm just thinking about that. Like, you're just gonna get salt water in there, and I thought that I have no idea how Jolly Reg over there shoots me with his AKU-12. Although I believe he gets taken down as he tries to swim across the river. Yeah, that's what you get, but it's not a big deal because I spawned back in, and I sped this up because I just put down my mortar, and then it just becomes mortar spam city for the longest time. And at the beginning of this game, I don't think you know how you can see in the bottom left hand corner of your monitor right now, the mortar, like, you know how the specialization tree, like the perks you get, you know how they level up as you get squad points? Yeah, that doesn't always work properly, and it's really annoying. And right there you could see that I had the extra mortar perks on, but it wasn't activated, which doesn't make sense. And I get this gentleman right here, and then I reload for no apparent reason. That's something I definitely do with the AWS way too much. Then I get this gentleman over here. Good morning, good morning. And then I thought I could take out, you know, one of these guys before I went behind cover, but Mr. It's Son with his RFB just spams me before I can get behind cover, and that's just awful. And normally, this is the point when I say, this is not a big deal, or, oh, the joke's on him, but I put down my mortar, and I could feel the spam from It's Son some again, but I just cannot get behind cover fast enough, and he spams me to death, just with his RFB. That's genuinely awful. I wish I could give you peachier news than that, but hey, this gentleman right here, and then this is like, you see I unlocked the compensator right there. That is definitely, at least in my opinion, that is just probably one of the best attachments for this thing, because I would say that the AWS, the Awesome Sauce, whatever you want to call it, is very, very similar to the MG36 in Battlefield 3. It doesn't have a lot of recoil, but the recoil it does have is in all directions. But I would definitely say that, you know, being on target with it is very, very important, and this is probably my favorite moment of the game right here, okay? This mortar comes down and dunks on this recon, and he's still spotted for some reason. Thank you to whoever did that. And he says, oh, I'm just gonna go hide behind this rock. I won't get mortared yet. Dunked. You think you're safe, Mr. Zyle98? I got news for your bro, Chacho. That's not gonna save you. My mortar will get... My mortar, my mortar works double overtime shifts. What I'm trying to get at here is my mortar gets buckets, and nothing you try and do is going to stop my mortar from getting the buckets. And you'll see very often, at many times throughout this game, I'm just shooting bullets into a bush. Like right there, I don't even know where that guy is. All I see is a Dorito, and I'm just shooting at a bush that has a red Dorito over it. And once again, one of my favorite tactics is before I charge in there to mortar first. And you'll see it works out really well because I believe I get this gentleman after the second mortar. But there comes a point when there are just so many people in just one area, you can't help but get kills with the mortar. Like, okay, I get one guy there, but that's not even the beginning, alright? Because I get off the mortar, and I spam that gentleman to death with the awesome sauce. I think he likes his awesome sauce, but this is ridiculous. Look at all these guys behind this rock, alright? I fire off like 3, maybe 4 mortars in that general direction. Like, they're all sitting behind this rock. Look at that gab fest, dude. And I get the first guy with the first mortar, and then that's like a triple on top. That is so many people. And the best part is I get partial revenge on AWSome, which is great because not just simply because he killed me earlier, but because he killed me with an RFB. And I know some of you guys might be advocates of DMRs. It's not that I don't like DMRs, it's just I cannot. That sound effect when the DMR fires, or at least when you hear DMR firing, it might be the angriest sound in all of video games, if you ask me. But you'll see this second base really wasn't a chore. As I get this gentleman lurking around in our spawn. What are you doing? God, that guy is just I don't even know. I don't know where he's going. I don't know why he didn't check the rock I was behind. I just genuinely don't know. But you'll see. Right here, I have this really, really, really conservative bursting style. That's because the side to side on this thing can get really hectic really fast. And I sped up this sort of beginning to the next base because it's just me it's Michael Phelps simulator, and then I realized in a second here that my mortar, I had already used my mortar, and I try to like resupply one and it just doesn't work. But as far as the awesome sauce goes, I definitely say running compensator, and it's gonna sound weird, but I like compensator because I feel like it makes you, I know it gives you extra spread, but I feel like it benefits you at long ranges because even though you're going to use shorter bursting styles, you don't have that side to side so you can stay on target more. And right here you'll see I can see all those guys up on top of that rock, but I knew they were all over this little island right here overlooking the objective. So I wanted to be really, really careful with, you know, showing up on the minimap because I'm not suppressed. So, and then I don't know what this recon's doing. Missing all of his pistol shots, that's what he's doing. But you'll see, I haven't really fired off all that many shots because I'm trying to remain off the minimap. And I'm such a giant idiot. I pick off a couple more guys with the AWS, but I completely forgot that there was this giant gab fest going on over on that rock. Like, you saw me look at the rock just a moment ago and then run to the objective, and then I forget that they're all behind that rock. But this is one of those things that I definitely like the mortar for. I got pinned down, so it's not like I can poke my head out from behind cover. I'll easily get dunked in just 1 or 2 bullets, so I can go prone behind cover and take out all these guys with the mortar. Except, I know in that specific instance I didn't get any kills, but I saw there was a guy creeping up on my minimap here, and then I was looking around for him, and I don't know if he intentionally did it, but he sort of went around the angle that I didn't think he was going to, but it's not a big deal because I get my revenge almost instantly upon respawning. And then I put down a new mortar, and I know it's sort of back to square one, but it's really not, because just the ability to just put down more mortars and just get gentlemen on top of mounted MGs and tow missiles is just wonderful. But I was a little bit slow here. I drop mortars on the objective, and you'll see I hit marker some guys. Actually, I killed that gentleman. That's surprising, but it's too little too late, because even though I got the kill, it's not a big deal because they defused the objective. You'll see multiple points throughout this gameplay. I didn't go into this gameplay with the pure intention of, you know, having a good game and uploading it to YouTube. It just sort of worked out this way. the way I went about this game, I was legitimately just trying to win this game, trying to carry my team as hard as possible. And although I wouldn't say that this is the heaviest team of all time, it was definitely a little bit of a chore. And at this point, I pulled out my mortar mainly to check the positioning of these guys up on this hill, but I didn't see them. And I get this guy lurking around on this rock after a minute, and you'll see the AWS, it kills quickly at times, and then at other times it just decides that it doesn't fire bullets, it just fires like used tampons. I know that's a little bit of a grotesque way of phrasing that, but that's almost what I feel like. Like, sometimes you'll fire at a guy, they'll instantly melt, and then other times your recoil will just bounce around like popcorn. As I know I'm getting tons of kills on these guys with the mortar, but the mortar is really self-explanatory. I don't really need to tell you guys how to use the mortar, I feel. I just need to tell you guys, use the mortar. And I saw that there wasn't a lot of players over on this objective, so for the second time this game, I arm an objective, which is, I know that's a little bit of a rarity. You guys are like, what? One of you guys who came out to the stream yesterday said it's so good. What? Nozazaki plays the objective? No. Everyone knows objectives are silly and you don't play those. But believe it or not, I do in fact actually play the objective. And right there is an instance that I think I can point to and say that is what the AWS can do so well. But at other times, it will just frustrate you and not do that. And it's because that side-to-side recoil. And right here, I have no idea how I got this gentleman, and I have no idea how that registered as an MP7 to an engineer across the map. But it's not a big deal because I just spawn back in and I get a couple slimy recon monsters lurking around in our spawn. But as far as the AWS goes, I can definitely say that it's definitely very, very good. It's capable of being very good, is actually the way I should say. Because at other times it's maddeningly frustrating how slow it will kill people when it should be killing them faster. I get this gentleman around the corner right here somehow, but I get taken down by an RPK-12 over there in our... That's now technically our spawn, but it's okay because he goes down. And then this was sort of weird. I spawned on my teammate and I can see that he and this other guy are having like a boat fight, but I got out because I was worried that my teammate was going to lose that, but he somehow killed that gentleman. And that Werf, I get a free boat, but I only drive it but 10 feet. Shh, my logic was very sound there. And then I put down the mortar, and this is sort of what I was referencing earlier. This is so much of what Naval Strike will turn into at times. Hell, I could even say that that's what Battlefield 4 turns into at times. It's just a recon bush shooting simulator sometimes. Like, I had no idea where that guy was. Hell, I didn't even get the kill, but and then that's really, really annoying. I'm looking around for the guy I know is there, and then, oh look, I turn around for a millisecond and I instantly get destroyed. That's absolutely wonderful. And I'm not sure if I get any of these guys right here with the mortar. There came a certain point when they got really, really smart about the mortar, but still, chunking these guys with the mortar and reevaluating their positions can be really, really helpful. And I might get that guy on the mounted. No, someone picked him off right before I could get him. Otherwise I would have easily gotten that guy. And then this is just one of those ones. I should have picked up on my teammate dying right there and been a little bit more aware, but for the love of God, there shouldn't be this Big Mac quack. There shouldn't be Big Mac quack swimming around being a little recon fish monster doing aquatic marine stuff. But at this point in time, I can safely say that without any spoilers, that is my last death. And I know you were probably saying the same thing I was at that point in the game. You're like, geez, Nozaki, you should die a bunch in this game. And yeah, I did die a bunch because I was trying to play the objective, and things just happen sometimes. That's the way I'm gonna put it. And right here, look at all these guys. Look at all these, like, I don't get why, like, Recon Monster number 1 and his assault and support teammates all have to try and be like mudfish and just slither around in the slimy swamp shallows right there. And that's not really a swamp, but right here I sped it up because I'm just spamming mortars. And then I try and pick people off with the AWS, but they spam their DMR, so I get really scared and get back behind cover, and I try and spam more mortars, and the spam doesn't work. So I finally say, you know what? There are 24 tickets left. Maybe we should actually, you know, try and get the objective. Really close. And the worst part is I'm not sure I even realized that during the gameplay, but right here, that right there is why I have been using nothing but the SW40 since the patch. I can easily tell you right now, I could not have gotten that kill right there and kept this kill streak alive with any other pistol than the SW40. Like, I'm not gonna lie and tell you that it's like a super accurate Magnum, and I don't know what this recon was doing right here. All I know is he just got dunked by the hip. Big Mac quack. Quit playing in the shallows. That's slash GG no re slash thread. Go home. You're drunk. Anyway, but and I can also say that the AWS doesn't have very good hipfire, but to finish that other point, the SW40 is so good. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that it's like a skill cannon magnum, because it's not. It's not accurate enough at range to get those sort of kills, but it is definitely very, very, very good, and I don't know how that got counted as a multi-kill. I got no points for it. Maybe DICE thinks I'm boosting. Anyway, but the SW40 is extremely good in close quarters and can handle itself out to a certain range, and it's got really tight hip fire. I don't even have the laser sight for it, but I sort of realized that they were all coming out of this main hallway, and I wised up to that, and I finished those guys up there. My teammates did a great job of getting A, and then I just do mop-up work here on B. I slaughter everyone before they can get the objective. Not necessarily before they can get my teammates, but I get one more kill right here, and then the objective goes off, and we win the game. Very, very close, very, very tight, but I'm very glad that we won, and I believe this is Lost Island. It's definitely a really cool and really neat map, and I enjoy it on Rush. So, as far as Naval Strike goes, or as I like to call it, Nasal Strife, or if you want to call it Anal Strike, or whatever you want to call it, I definitely like it. I think it's probably the best DLC we've gotten. I love most of the weapons, and it's relatively great overall. So if you guys... With that, I want to thank you guys very much for watching. If you want to check me out live streaming, if it says down below that I'm still live streaming, I'm still live streaming. So you guys can go to my Twitch and check that out. For your bonus clip, I'm going to show you, I was using the M320 dart to unlock the, and please excuse my bird for being loud. I was using the M320 dart to unlock the like 3 spam grenade launcher, and I remembered how ridiculous that thing is, so you'll get to see probably the most ridiculous kill I've gotten with that thing ever, and I've been using nothing but that on the assault class, by the way, but that'll be your bonus clip. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for tolerating the length of this video as well, and I should have a carrier assault gameplay for you in the near future. So that I want to thank you guys very much for watching and tolerating everything that's going on right now. I need to go kill my bird, so thank you guys very much for watching one last time. Goodbye.